Hello YouTube. Thank you for joining me. Please do overlook the music in the background, but believe it or not, it helps me to focus. I hope it does not distract you from what I am attempting to present. This may be a long video. However, two of my viewers have presented me with an opportunity. I do intend to make use of it. I am tired, but my clarity is intact. So, I will respond while I still have the motivation to do so. There will be no edits or nice presentation. My focus is to respond within a window of opportunity. Let's focus on the content. Normally, I would not address such comments in video context. However, why not do something differently? Many moons ago, I composed a video called Shadows and Light. Within this video, I address perception and the chore of releasing information to the public, the personal selections they make when producing an interpretation of your work, etc. Please do watch that video if you're so inclined. Well, I thought I would take this opportunity to produce what I call a video sticky note. In the future, when approached with such mental confusion and emotional turbulence, I will make reference to this video. Let's briefly look at Weenlightened3's statement. The YouTuber's name is spelled WEENLIGHTENED3. I know that I butchered it. I really don't care. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So let's continue. He states, "The only racist are the ignorant like you whom believe that we are skin color." The only racist are the ignorant like you, whom believe that we are skin color. Well, it's obvious that this person has not watched many of my videos. But let's put that aside and let's go forward. While this is not pleasantly entertaining or insightful, he does display a clear, intricate, and confusing interpersonal situation through his, what I would deem to be a very embarrassing misunderstanding of not only my intention, but my former words. He is referring to the title of my last video. Basically, it was an announcement in function, not much of a video. It is entitled, "Just Another Racist in White Skin or an Epidemic." His assumption is odd but understandable. Now, please listen. I have never distilled a person merely to traditional racial divisions, tissue of mesodermal origin, or phenotypical traits. The reason for this wording is explained in my video entitled, "A Black Man's Answer to Why Are Some Black People Racist?" In this video, one of the many points made and expanded upon is that black racism does not exist. That black racism does not exist. Like white racism, it is a misnomer. There is only racism, like hatred or joy. There is no such thing as black racism, white hatred, or Asian joy. So I make reference to skin to provide a visual conceptual separation, nothing more. He goes on to say, quote, "Wake up to the reality which has eluded you thus far, and that is that we are all one." Well. I hate making reference to a pop cultural symbol, but I will here. I do not need a Morpheus to offer me the red pill so that I can understand the real world. I do not need some new age dribble that allows its followers the ability to brag about their supposed state of awareness. Long before your words, my dear friend, appeared on my screen, I realized that the reality that many are accustomed to is a fabrication. Yes. This said, I do not buy into your claim that we are all one. If you are stating or referring to the fact that as human beings we all share many realities and have common interests even among those who consider themselves enemies of us, then I can follow your train of thought. If you are attempting to push a one universal mind concept as it relates to one vast sea of energy, well, you can hold fast to your worldview. I will not be buying into it. Mind you, I am not brushing you off. I simply do not buy into this position. I have given it careful thought for many, many years. Let's make this perfectly clear. This has nothing to do about changing my frame of reference according to what I believe in. I have heard this response many times before when discussing this topic. No, it has to do with the understanding that in search of peace and solidarity through unity and understanding, you are merely watering down reality. We are so much more than one. I will not play into this lie. If you wish to discuss this more, we can when time allows. Anyway, he goes on to state, quote, he goes on to say there are some typos here, so I'm going to read it as I think he intended it to be. And if I do say something that is inappropriate, you can refer to the quote that is present in the video. And he goes on to say, and trying to divide part of ourself in skin color only serves the strong of mind that actually knows better, but still wants to control you, though division and hate, if you are weak of mind and you let them. Okay, well, I think I understand where you're coming from, even with the grammatical errors. We all make them. I constantly make them myself. Part of the reason why I didn't want to type all of this out. It's just simply easier to speak. Anyway, let's get back on topic. Let's address that comment. Since it should be clear I am not dividing up this deliberate, coordinated global movement via skin color, then I give your claim no additional energy. I will address serving the strong of mind. Okay, this descriptor, strong, is misleading. I do not know if you are purposefully doing so or if you have an agenda outside of supposedly setting me straight, but I really don't care. It's still misleading. I have no past energy invested in you. This does not mean that I wish to be rude or condescending. I simply want to reply to the comments that you made within my video comment section. So, for clarity's sake, if you are referring to strong as the dominant influence behind the curtain, let's say, well, let's address this. It matters not to me who selects to control me through such avenues as hate and division. Now, I'm only making this comment as it relates to beyond my personal strategic scope, that it does not matter. What does matter to me is if I can see actuality and if I can select to contribute to my own demise or growth. Once I am aware of what is occurring, then I have an opportunity to make decisions based on accurate intelligence. This contributes widely to my contribution to influencing future outcomes. Your inferences of, quote, being weak of mind, unquote, is as silly as your strong of mind reference. This descriptive folly is assuming one has to be weak in their knowledge and application of said knowledge to be bamboozled. This is a myth for obvious reasons. If it is not so obvious, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go into that. I will leave you to determine how this works. Moving on. Next, we have words from a different individual. This person, I have no clue how to pronounce his name, though he has been a subscriber of mine for some time, and I do apologize, and has commented on various videos. His username on YouTube is spelled BRYPHI77. He states, "To be honest, dude, I think you may be the one with the race fetish." Well, where to jump in here? I will not battle you on your personal determination of what you think is correct about me. Fetish in this context, by the way, is a strange word. Let's clarify, since I am willing to do so. My position, that is. There is no irrational devotion being shown by me as it regards the very broad scope of race. If one is to take stock of my videos, of the totality of my general message, and some of the points that I have expanded upon from video to video, then they would find that the contents indeed are multifaceted. Just keep that in mind. But when addressing specific issues like race, religion, class, and gender, and all of its subcategories, or all of the subcategories that fall within these main categories, we can easily detect that many valid connections can be made by exploring these particular roads. We also can see the need for making reference to major contributing factors within any given field of interest. The numerical presence of the times in which I have addressed the concept of race or subcategories as it relates to race is a superficial concern to me. Content, the pursuance of truth, actuality, personal development, and paradigm inspection is of grand significance, however. Now, he goes on to state, quote, "I am always suspect of people who are consistently bringing up race and racism, very similar to what the government and propagandists do." If your intuition puts you in this place, then so be it. Likewise, it amazes me how so many people are willing to travel the ornamental coating of a topic. It is dismissive and feather-brained, in my opinion, to ignore the powerful ideological and material factors that are at work when discussing things like race, especially in an election year. I hope you are not foolish enough to imply via your understanding of fetish, or to claim that I have a fundamentalist angle regarding race. I hope you're not alluding to that or trying to say that in your own sweet way. Or that I am peddling for the sake of masking something, peddling my thoughts for the sake of masking my real intentions. If you are stating that, you will not be the first. But it is bogus, for sure. If you are, then I await your video. I will not travel the roads that I have in the past when others have said such things to me. I will give you the opportunity to provide verifiable evidence so that anyone who is interested in your claim about me may investigate your findings. I will definitely be interested in seeing the evidence, not your subjective take on what I have said or my intentions, etc. I will not hold my breath, however, as no evidence exists since this is not my position. Your claim, by the way, is rather hollow, as you do not focus on intention and validity of content. One of the main purposes of a propagandist is to persuade, normally with emotional-based content, others into adopting their beliefs. This helps to further their politics, philosophical leanings, or religious viewpoints. I have made it clear on my channel page and in the contents of various videos. I do not want to change anyone's mind. I want them to think for themselves. I have implied that I am grateful for them to respectfully challenge my way of thinking in hopes that if I have mistakenly traveled down a road which is eating up my time and is producing no growth, that I may change things around and move in a direction that benefits me and those who care to participate within my live stream. I have repeatedly, since making videos, welcomed respectfully presented dissenting commentary. So, it would be a mistake to hastily link me via framing tactics to a governmental agent or using discourse to muddy actuality as a propagandist would gleefully do. You know, in 7th grade, I learned of Aristotle's teachings regarding the usefulness of rhetoric. I have no need to appeal to emotions when dealing with systematic arrangement of persuasion. I am not interested. Sherlock? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't need to go there, did I? My ethos is determined not by adopting of a distinct cultural spirit. I do not have the need to do so. Nor am I an ideologue who wishes to baptize the world within the waters of my worldview. I have trust that personal logos can be manifested via the audience's personal investment in truth discovery and its application. It does not matter the size of an organization when determining one's scope of influence. I reject your imprudence here. I also will leave you with these words. And before I go to the words that I want to leave, let me make clear what I am rejecting. You said, and I quote, "The Tea Party is a small fraction of the population, meaningless in the grand scheme of things, insignificant." Did I get that right? I hope so. Well, let me leave you with these words, because it's time for me to go to bed. There is a fictional element to Christmas. It's a dream or hope some of us carry from childhood. Many are impregnated with this dream via the cash schemes of corporations and mythological religious presentations. As adults, we are imbued with the pragmatic routines of life. This can make it difficult to view the world with childlike wonder. This does not keep some from trying. The point of my digging into uncomfortable regions of mankind is to garner a thorough understanding of the mechanisms needed for a new paradigm. It is not because I cannot speak of other subjects, because I address many different subjects as I have very eclectic interest. The point of my digging into uncomfortable regions of mankind is to garner a thorough understanding. Let me repeat, a thorough understanding of the mechanisms needed for a new paradigm. One that cannot exist if the problematic elements of the old paradigm thrives. I refuse to wrap the gift of various fallacies and present it as an authentic consideration. I sidestep the garish paper of sugarcoating, diminishing of scope, or willful ignorance so others can dismiss disquieting, wretched realities. My understanding has shown me transcendent experience of wholeness or joy is not embraced by dismissing ugliness. Do as you will. Have whatever distorted ideas regarding my actions as you would like to entertain. My world has no dependence on your formulatic predispositions, fears, or reasoning. I will continue to try to bring things into focus while seeking balance and facing my own personal fears. If we consider the human body, we would not state adipose tissue is insignificant because it is meaningless in your grand scheme, which is always, by the way, influenced by an objective scope, even if you run wild in your subjective one. Well, I think that I have taken enough of your time. So thank you both for providing me an opportunity to say something meaningful, and thank my YouTube audience for considering my thoughts beyond the superficial. We all can misread others' intentions. I have done so, and I have done so in arrogant ways in my youth. I hope that I do not travel down that road any longer. Anyway, thanks for your time. Good night and peace.